Hello, guys. Welcome once again to Afrobeats Roundup. I've got Big Lala in the studio today as my co-host, guys. Welcome once again. It is raining loads of activities in Afrobeat, and of course, we know Olamide's album just dropped. We took a couple of days to review this album internally before bringing you this particular session of the one and only Olamide Bado album review. Yes, it's like his 14th project, Big Lala, and we're here to discuss, to dissect, to say a lot about this album, the good, the bad, and of course the ugly about this particular masterpiece from masterpiece. Yeah, so a lot of people
Why you
masterpiece.
pause? Why you?
People-
Why you?
Well, because we're about to review, so I'm just thinking calling it a masterpiece before we review may just be more like throwing the cart before the horse. Yeah, so we're here. Olamide's album, the Olamide. I mean Olamide's new album titled Olamide. Big Lala, let's have your review of this album. Yes, here you go. Take it away from here. Big Lala.
We are both doing the review, so
Yeah,
better
yeah.
happen. We
Okay,
are both getting
okay,
it.
okay. That's fine. Let's go, Big Lala.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Anyways, Olamide's album. Yeah, Olamide. Everyone knows Olamide's legendary status is not in
Definitely.
doubt in any way. Um, the reaction the album is getting is because of the general love that
For
people have
Olamide.
for Olamide and general love and respect, really. And yeah, and that all that trickles down to how people perceive the songs on the album or the album in general. But
Yeah.
yeah, initial looks of it is doing well. In the digital age, it's not doing too badly. Dominating on these charts. I know what. Let's look at the songs in the way it started. The prelude with Fortune.
Yeah.
Yes, saying something like "I'm still here." We had hints that Olamide was going to, retire. He did say it himself.
Yeah.
I think what was that 2023 or thereabouts?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he did mention that he was going to retire, but then it looks like he wants to leave the game, but the game won't just leave Olamide
It
alone.
would not leave Olamide, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is like is this the longest we've gone without an Olamide project? I think before, that album that had Bella Shmurda on it, Carpe
Yeah, Carpe Diem, yeah.
I think that before that there was a bit of a pause in Olamide before he
Yeah.
came back with a bang, and that was a fantastic
And
album.
then there was US Kuti.
Yeah,
And then there was
Olamide
a
was
couple of
on that level.
Ikigai as well.
Yeah, he did like
The
a
EP.
rebrand
Yeah.
and all that. But the way this started, I don't know, maybe it's my personal bias towards those albums like Carpe Diem, like I mentioned. That was a completely different Olamide. I didn't know what to expect, but because he titled this Olamide his name, I kind of like had a feel like we're gonna get something from what he used to be like, where he started from up to where he is. And I think that this album is showcasing that really. He's showcasing Olamide as a rapper, Olamide as a singer, Olamide as a street artist. There's everything that you would find
On this album.
Yeah. So the way it started, like I said, the first song, second song, I mean, the prelude didn't really catch my attention, but that's not Olamide that we're used to anyway. But the second one, that's more like it. But I think he kind of
That's Asibunala.
yeah.
Is it? Yeah, Asibunala. What does it mean, Asibunala?
Yeah, I think it means. I mean, there's Allah there, which means God.
Yeah.
Maybe God with all things.
More like a spiritual kind of song and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So basically, but the way he went in there started, speaking a bit of Arabic and all that. I'm not so sure how that helped the perception of that song.
Oh yeah. Was it like
I'll go in the kill before so
yeah. Right.
So I'm not so sure how people would perceive that, but yes,
I like the song.
You like the song?
Yeah, I like the
it's
song.
an album. It's an album. There's something for everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
But that didn't really resonate with me.
With you.
That much, yeah. But the second song, I think that's when the album started for me.
Kai.
Was it Kai? No, I think it was Lova Lova.
No, it's Kai. Kai is the third.
Was it Kai?
Kai is the third on the
yeah, Kai. I mean, something we've heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai was good. Kai was good when it dropped.
The lead single. I mean,
the single
love the album.
Still sounds fresh when you listen to it.
Sounds fresh, yeah.
And then you go on to Lova Lova, which is
Lova.
That's something different. That hits you with a bang because you see Olamide's delivery on that, and you'd be like, damn, this guy is still talented. Kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, you see what Olamide is doing there. You now see clips of when Wadeko was recording one time with even with Olamide. You see the way they were
Mm-hmm.
flowing.
Yeah.
You see how versatile these guys are. He's just this Olamide just showcasing himself that he's versatile. And I think I liked Lover Lover. Billionaires Club. My mind about Billionaires Club hasn't really changed. It's a good
Hmm.
song. Don't
What's
get
your
me
mind
wrong.
about it?
Well, I feel there was this intentional push for it to be the number one song on the album. For obvious reasons.
Who do you think is pushing it intentionally?
FC. I'm going to accuse FC on this one. It's FC. There's that intentional push, right?
Right.
Because when song, I mean, the first day, second day, you kind of have a feel of what people are listening to.
Mm-hmm.
But this was, they were trying to intentionally push this up, because if you don't enter that top, agenda will go gent from the other fan bases.
Right.
So did that now affect the listening perception from others? For me, they did. Not necessarily. I did. I felt like it was a good song, but I didn't feel like it was a wow song. It
There's a
didn't.
lot of people calling it big boy music, though.
It's big boy music, but then it's big boy music. But what Olamide and Wizkid were singing about, or what they were talking about,
Yeah.
I don't think it fits. It fits them
Mm.
in where they are right now as musicians, legendary musicians in Nigeria. That's
Bono
one of the
Bomo.
problems I have. When you listen to what Wizkid is saying on that record, I'll leave that to the kids to say now. These guys are pushing 40.
I know the carry girl we know to light chop. I know the carry girl we know
Uh,
to
This
Bono
this for all
Bomo.
these this for all these youngins.
That's what Afrobeat is all about, though.
I get
Beautiful
it.
lyrics that people can interpret and everything.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to just be singing the man, the horse, and the son, like Jimmy Ebenezer will be kind of kete kete, right?
But to be honest, if I'm going to be fair to them, that's what the song is about. It says Billionaires Club,
Club,
so they
yeah,
have to flex. But
flexing.
could they have flexed a different way when it's not about Mula? And if you we know Olamide is not about that life. Well,
All right.
Wiz may be about that life or maybe not, but he has a free hand, really. Wiz, I don't know the kind of relationship he has with Jada, but he has free hand. He has to look the part as a superstar.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
totally get it. But I just felt, we've had Kai. Kai was also something about
Flexing. Yes,
flexing from
bragging
them.
and flexing.
Could we have seen something else from Olamide and Wizkid? It's like I'm getting a fatigue of Olamide and Wizkid flexing
Hmm.
based on this album. We could have gotten a different variety. That being said, I'm not saying it's a bad song. It was a
Right.
good song, and then there was Daco in there who kind of closed the show.
Definitely. Definitely.
Nice.
Shout out to Daco. Shout out to Daco. Of course,
And
lovely,
I think
amazing.
she's making some big moves.
Yeah. Let's
That's
free
that.
with Muiz and Seyi Vibes next.
Yeah. I, when you Olamide as a kingmaker, like a don in the streets,
Yeah.
picture Seyi Vibes, who is also like good. He has his own space in the streets, and you have the upcoming Moise, who is
Yeah.
also. I think they tried a different approach. They try to make conscious. I mean, they do make conscious music. They try to make music, and I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
blended well for me. I think they should have just stuck to their core on this one, which is trying to give us street music, because you got the young ones who you are basically co-signing. You co-signing Moise now.
Mm-hmm.
And Seyi Vibes has been doing his thing without an Olamide influence for a long time.
For a
First
bit,
time
yeah.
they come back. Well, they said the name of the song is Free, so maybe they're just trying to be free to do what they want.
Also, Muiz really make. I mean, I'm thinking a street music, Olamide and Seyi Vibes, maybe, but putting Muiz into it, I kind of think they made it a bit more. I don't know how to put it, because of the young, boy in that kind of this thing. They don't want to start saying a lot of things
Hmm.
because if Olamide says those kind of things, you know, "Bomi jiggy jiggy, oh yeah, shake your baka," and they would expect Seyi Vibez can say it, but you would expect a Muiz to also follow through in the same line, which may not be morally right.
Hasn't Moise been doing that already on his songs? When he sang
Right.
Instagram, what was he talking about?
Mm.
Baby, you make me emotional. That in my Instagram, although it's not as X-rated as Bomiji.
Yeah,
Not saying they
yeah.
should sing Bomiji Gijigi, but they've made records from the streets that are not promoting
Promoting.
Media and all those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just an okay song for me. I don't think it was it really tickled my fancy, really.
Fancy. Right.
Next song was Duo, and I think this is one of the songs I actually liked on the
Yeah. I
on
know
this
you've told me that backstage that yeah,
yeah,
you like Duro a lot.
yeah, this was meaningful.
Yeah.
So it was still catchy, right? Like, can you wait for me? It was like a love song. So I
Yeah.
think good. Special, I think this was one of the ones that you could just listen, but doesn't tickle my fancy. Indica with Dr. Dre, that was Olamide rapping.
Dr. Dre, Spinal, yeah.
This didn't provide a shock factor, regardless, even if Dr. Dre was on it. There was no shock factor on there for me.
Why do I mean I've seen a couple of other places saying Olamide has made a record as the first person or first Nigerian artist to feature Dr. Dre on a song. That kind of song should be special, should be really amazing.
Yeah.
Indica produced
And
by
this end
Spinal
special.
on this album. Why did
Mhm.
this song not tickle your fancy?
Well, to be honest, I really don't know. It maybe because I'm a bit I know I shouldn't do this because I mean Carpe Diem is a Carpe Diem album, right? Because before Carpe Diem
You
there
keep placing Carpe Diem as the standard.
well, because it's signified like a change in Olamide as a music artist. He made songs, of course he
Amazing
stopped
album. Amazing
yeah,
album.
he made songs.
God.
The artist that
That
he
album, God, it's
not was
over and
good,
over
right?
again. You can listen it over. No skip. Oh, Olamide, Carpe Diem, forget
Yeah.
it.
So there was an element of
He made really
surprise.
happy himself on
Yeah.
that.
So it was good surprise that we had on Carpe Diem. I don't mean to, compare this to Carpe Diem. It's just that when there was like a small break from Olamide and then Carpe Diem came on board, we got hit with a different Olamide that we fell in love with, right?
Right,
So
right.
this is coming after, Olamide has said, "Oh, I'm not going to be releasing maybe small, small." He was dropping EPs. Before you know it, he's dropped this album. So is this, you know, he hasn't made a lot of music, right, in a
Right,
long time.
right.
I mean, he's made music. I'm not saying he's not made music, but is it a case of him not um, being in the best of forms? Maybe I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was just good songs. But I didn't come across many great songs or potentially great songs like
Mm.
I did on Carpe Diem. Really, that's just how I feel generally.
There's
The rest of the
there's one shot by Olamide on the
Yeah,
next.
one shot was something I could almost think I was listening to Wyclef John. He had that kind of like vibe. One shot, and I like the flow, which is something we've seen. I mean, Olamide had flowed like that
Mhm.
in there. So I think it was again. This is just an okay song, nothing that wows you.
Right.
99. My mind about 99. I thought this was just a song to shock the industry because of the guys he put on there. Put an Asake because there's issues with
Yeah.
that and we don't know if they're really fine. When I saw the official video, I thought is maybe it didn't clear my mind that everything was fine, right?
Right.
I think yeah, I mean when I saw that I'm like, okay, maybe things are not fine. Like it was just what I thought. Oh, they're just trying to shock the industry
The industry, yeah.
with Olamide and Asake, where there's
Olashaken.
rumors that all is not fine. You get,
Yeah.
I know. And I think he told me, was it you who told me that? I mean, he
The
said,
song originally belonged to Young John. Young John wasn't feeling it, and then he had to take it from Young John and then called Ashake. Ashake sent his verse, Seyi Vibez sent his verse, Dicom sent his verse. Young
is this
John's verse
Olamide
was
who
still
said he called
original.
Asake, right?
Yes, yes, he said he
In
called
a recent
Ashake.
interview, right?
Yeah, this interview, yes.
So it could have been like a song they recorded from time ago, not recent, not
Uh
recent.
well, he said he let everyone know the direction. So that means he said when he called Ashake, he had to let Ashake know that Shiva was going to be on the song.
Okay.
When he called Shiva, he told Shiva Ashake is on the song as well, so that
Yeah.
we don't have issues of about tell me say Ashake will be on this song and everything, or
Mhm.
Shiva will say tell me say that kind of thing. So he had to let everyone know about it. Young John's verse did not change because he owns the song
Okay.
originally. He just put that come on it as well, and then it became an Olamide song on the
Interesting.
Olamide album. Yeah,
I think this could have been before uh, before this whole all these issues started. I think.
maybe
Because it would have been an attempt of, Seyi Vibes. There's always that comparison, Seyi Vibes trying to copy Asake.
Ashake and everything like
It
that.
would have
Yeah,
been an attempt for that anyway, but that's fine. Uh, Waba, Waba. This was good. This was mellow. This was nice.
Mm.
I like this from Olamide. There was Rain with Popcaan.
Popcaan, yeah.
Yeah, I think they tried their soft dancehall beat on this one, but again, it didn't stick out. It didn't stick out for me. These are all just good and okay songs. Paris with Fadi. Fadi
Fadi,
with
yeah.
a very nice voice. She had a nice singing voice. Again, this is not Olamide's forte, but he
He
gave it
did his
a try
thing.
anyway. There's
Right.
Hybrid. Hybrid was
Hybrid.
the early favorites on the
On the
album.
album, yeah, it was number
Quite get
one
why
on
it
Apple
was the
Music for a
early.
while.
Yeah, I didn't quite get it, but yeah. Lala Kipo, that's street lamba
If
right
a
there.
guy do like,
This is one
oh,
of my.
oh.
You know what made it sweet most?
Yeah,
It's not doing that listening when you see Olamide dancing.
bro,
You're like,
he
what,
went,
yeah, yeah,
went haywire. Yeah, he was
yeah,
trying to take a picture with his wife and a couple of other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Then the song came up,
Okay, well,
lost his cool.
yeah.
He
These are the kind of songs you hear that Olamide will sing songs like "Wo," right? These are street lamba songs.
Lala
Then
Kipo is a bang for me. It's a banger. Yeah,
in the background,
banger. Yeah,
I like this. I'm not gonna lie, I like this.
right.
Stronger was just an okay song with BOJ. I don't know why people
Yeah.
keep putting BOJ and song he features in right at the end of the album.
Oh,
But
someone done that before?
yeah, I think someone recently did that as well. But yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's about it. It was 17 tracks
Yeah,
by
17
Olamide.
tracks.
Yeah, 17
Yeah.
tracks by Olamide. I mean, I could pick at
So
least
your top picks from there. Let's see.
my picks.
Your top
Oh,
picks here.
okay. My top picks. I'm gonna go with Lalakipo. I'm gonna
Lala
go
Kipo,
with Rubber.
Rubber,
I'll go with Duro because
Duro.
that was a nice love song, and I think Lover Lover had that shock factor for me because
Yeah.
Olamide was flowing. Your brain would be like, oh my, this guy too good with
Mm-hmm.
was flowing.
Yeah, yeah.
So delivery was different, and I really like that about. I think like 4 picks would be those songs. Yeah.
Okay, those songs. So we've got Rubber Rubber, we've got Lala Kipo, we've got Duro, and we've
Hmm.
got what else again?
Rubber. Okay, I said
Rubber,
Rubber,
Lala Kipo,
Lalakipo,
Duro, and we've
Kibo. Yeah, Lover Lover. Yeah,
not
those would be.
not Kai, not anyone featuring
Kai
Wizkid.
is already out. I mean, I would say yes to a Kai already anyway. But
Mm,
these are new tracks that we've just heard from the
mm.
album. Yeah.
Right.
You were saying something about Billionaire Club.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I was asking if Billionaire Club is not part of your favorites, your top picks.
No, it's not part. And even if I were to choose even between Kai or Billionaire Club making the
Mm,
album,
mm.
I would choose a Kai. I'll
Right.
choose a Kai. Yeah.
Right. So what do you think about the album in total? Like, what are your thoughts about the album and what are your ratings?
Okay. Album in total, I thought it was just a good album. It wasn't a special album.
Mm.
It's a good album. You have good songs on there. I think you can pick five, 6 songs from a 17-track album
On the album?
that you would jam over and over again, and that makes it a success because I mean that's all you need. There's potential in any of those songs
Yeah.
being a hit, being the next hit. And we know how promotion goes now. The more they promote, the more you start hearing it everywhere.
Everywhere, right.
You get to like it. I think this was just a good album. I think I'll just give it a 6/10. I
6
think
over
it's
10.
there for a good album. Yeah, it didn't. I don't want to place too much expectations on an Olamide, for example.
Yeah.
But we know we've seen better albums. Would I rank this as top 3 Olamide albums? I wouldn't say yes. I would say it's not top 3 Olamide album. I think Carpe Diem set a
Right.
very high mark for him, and he's not
Mm.
been able to reach those standards.
Right. So where are you going to place this in the list of the greatest Olamide albums ever? Where are you going to place this particular track, this particular album rather,
Album.
Olamide?
If you want to say, is it Olamide has 14 projects out, right?
Yeah.
Is it top 7? Is it gonna be top 7
There's
Olamide album?
there's
Yeah.
there's there's Mayweather, there's YBNL,
Some of
there's
those, yeah,
BG,
YBN
Best Guy
album.
Ever Live It.
Exactly.
A couple of other that they are great. There's the one you just mentioned right now.
Yeah.
That's the Carpe Diem album that
Carpe
came
Diem.
out.
Nah. See,
You
you've
know,
already mentioned 3 albums, which I think might be better, right?
mm,
I think it might be top. Will it be top 7? I need to have a look at those albums again. I'll
again.
probably just run through them. But one thing I'm certain of is it's not top 3. I know
Mm,
it's not top 3. Could it be top 5? Could it be top 7? I don't know. I need to run through those albums again. 14 projects?
14, yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
crazy. That's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah,
Olamide has
it
really, really
was
done.
It was good, yeah.
really is really, really, he's really done well for himself, to be honest.
Yep, yep.
Um, anyways, moving on from Olamide,